welcome to this summer edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by Superintendent Hime. We're at the end of June.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It's gone
Summers
by fast.
Always go fast.
It's a little fast, but we've been busy.
We're busy in the summer from the administrative side. I know for our teachers and staff, it's a reboot for them, and I know it goes fast for them as well. But it's going to be fun. Let's give an update of all the things we got going on this summer.
And we started our break with summer camp.
Yeah, summer camp's been a huge success again. Lots of students involved. Great reviews from our families on what summer camp is and the difference in summer camp and summer school, and the fact we're trying to embed learning into some fun activities instead of just trying to squeeze more learning out of the summer when kids and everybody's kind of burnt out. So we feel like we're closing that summer slide, but having more engagement with our students by making it enjoyable for them.
So summer camp was in the morning, and then in the afternoon we kick it all over to the LRC, and we have Makerspace Camp.
Yep, and those have been full and very active, and it's always interesting to watch the kids when their creative minds are working and they're developing things in Makerspace Camp.
And then in July, the only thing we have is 21st Century Grant Programs, correct?
Yes,
okay.
And you should know about that. If you don't, look on our webpage, www.lawtonps.org, or you can contact your school or your teacher, or our info at lawtonps.org is another place you can always send a question to ask if you need some specific information on the availability of some of those activities the rest of the summer.
And then just to note, we brought back something that we plan on bringing back next summer, and it's been a huge success.
Driver's Ed, yes. It was amazing because it's like, okay, we're going to offer Driver's Ed because we have a lot of students who haven't been able to take Driver's Ed. So we kind of talked about it since I moved here. It had been requested. It's like, okay, we always talk about creating opportunities. Here's one. So we had so many kids sign up. Wow, we were looking for instructors, and we had a lot of people step up to instruct it, but I think it's been a huge success. A lot of students were able to take Driver's Ed that didn't normally get to, and then next summer we'll do it again, and we can plan to continue it for the near future because it creates opportunities for our students that otherwise wouldn't have.
That's right, and I can tell you on behalf of myself and my husband, thank you, because you guys have taken some of the stress as far as Driver's Ed. Millie is a little bit more comfortable, and I'm not screaming, scared, and pushing on the brakes, so thank you.
I got to teach my kids with a brake because I was a Driver's Ed instructor at the time.
I don't have a brake.
It's a lot more fun to teach Driver's Ed or teach a young driver when you have a brake on your side of the car. So yes, it's as an old Driver's Ed instructor who did it for years, I think it's really good for our kids, and obviously our students need to learn to. It increases their ability to work in the summer and some of the activities they want to do and start their internships and some of the things we want them to be involved in if they are available, if they can drive and provide their own transportation.
That's right. Now, what do we want to share with our families as we prepare July? When July hits, which is next week, it's just done.
You can still get on and start looking at the catalog and making sure you're understanding our enrollment. I think the one thing our families still struggle with understanding is our college. If you qualify for college, it's free, and we start that for sophomores. It's a little more difficult to qualify as a sophomore than it is a junior or senior, but free means free. That means books, tuition, fees, and et cetera. The only time a parent has to pay some money is if they take the course at Cameron, because at Cameron the fees are a little higher than if they take it here at the LRC. So,
and that's if they don't have the courses here at the LRC.
But if they don't have the course here at the LRC, we pay the fees.
Okay.
But if we offer the course, but they'd rather take it at Cameron where it doesn't fit their schedule, they have to pay, and it's only like $30 an hour difference or something, so it costs them like $100 for every 3 credit hours. It's not an exorbitant amount of money if they take the class at Cameron. We do every class here at the LRC, books, fees, and tuition are paid. So we hopefully continue to increase our enrollment in that as well as our career tech programs that we offer in conjunction with Great Plains. And then we're also expanding our own workforce development and some of the things we do with that. And we're working hard on our academies. And so really look at those areas of interest as we try to create a course lineup for a child as they go there. And again, part of our goal is to have students graduate with their associate's degree. And I know that's a challenge for some, but it's really common in some areas. I was visiting with my my own sister-in-law this weekend, and Stephanie's niece, which would be my niece, but she graduates next year, and her plan is to graduate with an associate's degree. It's very common in like Cy-Fair, where she goes to school down in the Houston area. So we just have to make sure that we make sure our parents understand we are offering that, and we're offering it free. Now the difference was they had to pay, so they were investing money in it. It still wasn't as much as college, and they were amazed that we were able to offer it for free. So free is free in this case. And so we're very excited about that as far as academics.
Now, something that we're going to talk about next month a little bit more, but we'll give our families a little bit of a preview.
We are 99.99999% sure. I'm told there's nothing really that can go wrong. We're just dotting some I's that we are going to be 100% free and reduced, or whatever. Everybody gets to eat free.
Community eligibility program.
Where everybody eats breakfast and lunch free. So we're very excited about that. Now, one struggle you have when you get on that we have to make sure our parents and our staff understand, we still have to do the income surveys for our state aid. And that's a huge part of our state aid. Some of the things we've done is because we've been able to increase the number of those forms we've collected in the last couple of years. So that's allowed us to give teacher bonuses and do all these construction projects and turf field. I mean, it's contributed to all of these things we do. Again, the fact that we collect a lot of forms. So we got to work really hard to make sure we still have it. So even though your child eats free, you'll get an income survey. It'll have a couple ways to fill it out. And again, we need it filled out accurately so that we can get our state aid on those students.
And this is a replacement of the free and reduced forms that you filled out with lots of fields, but this is a simple
I think it's
form.
like a one-page form. We'll get more on that form as we go forward and try to have a little better understanding and make sure all of our office people understand it. But it'll be part of your digital enrollment, and we'll continue to work with our families on that. So we're excited about that. Every student eating free is very exciting to us. And the big thing with that is it's free, and when you do that, you need students to eat, because the more students to eat, the better program you can offer. So we need students to go eat. They just have to understand, if they just want a couple of items, they still have to go get a full reimbursable meal in order for it to be free. So sometimes they have to put things on their plate they don't really want. They can share it with somebody else just to get the items they want. But hopefully our number of students who eat, because the one thing we have is kids are hungry a lot of times. And part of it is sometimes kids just don't like to eat. Our adults eat in the lunchroom at a higher percent than our kids do. And part of that is adults, it's normal.
You need your energy. You
need
your
willpower.
Especially
when you get to be a teen, eating in the lunchroom just doesn't, you don't wake up in the morning and say, man, I wonder what they're having for lunch today.
One day, I used to. One day you could. But
so hopefully we do a better job. We upgrade the quality of our meals district-wide because of this, and we have more students eat. So it's kind of a thing that we need to push together. So we have 90% of our students eating, and that should upgrade the quality of our meals.
We're excited about that. We'll share more when we get the final approval. Now,
construction.
That's it. Another thing that you'll see when you're driving around Lawton is just a bunch of activity going on.
Well, let's just kind of start what we've got going. Number one is, everyone who's familiar with the Lawton High Central area knows that for that safety and security, we fenced that in, and we actually even started that progress. The ultimate goal is to limit people's access to our campuses when students are there. You have to understand, in 2024, 25, it's not the same as it used to be. But when we have over 2,000 students on campus in those little block areas, we need to limit the number of people who can come. Leaving is open. So we're doing the same thing at Eisenhower and MacArthur, and they both should be finished when school starts. So there'll be a little bit of headaches when school starts in understanding that traffic flow of, we have those fenced in, but again, the safety, the people I talk to in charge of our safety, our officers and things, and a lot of our staff even, when we got that started at Lawton High and Central Middle School, in the end, they really loved it because they felt more secure in the flow of traffic, and they weren't worried about people coming in on the campus or cutting through or walking through or riding their bike through that had no business access to our students. So those things are going really well at both of those, and they should be finished when school starts. The other thing you should see is, at all three sites, we're building a locker room outdoor
multi-purpose
multi-purpose is
yes.
what we're doing. We started off, we were going to try to build some indoor workout facilities like you see. We just hopefully we can either find the money, or next time we get to run a bond issue, these are designed so we can attach that facility to it. But there's going to be locker rooms with girl preference. So hopefully, I think we're building 6 locker rooms at all 3 sites. So that's 18 new locker rooms. And I'm guessing at all 3 sites, the girls should get 4 or 5 of those, because we are very short of female locker rooms in this district. And so hopefully this takes care of that. They're going to get nice new locker rooms for soccer and tennis and softball and some of those sports if they choose and they need them. And then it'll have a concession stand area and an outdoor restroom that'll serve those facilities. So when we get them fenced off, it's going to be a lot easier, because again, we have the press boxes, we have the lights. As of right now, when these are finished, all junior high football games, JV football games, soccer of all soccer games will be played on at the location at the high schools. And even all 3 of the coaches I've talked to have talked about some of their varsity football games they would love to play at MacArthur out there, especially the low attendance ones. Obviously, when our district schools are playing Ike and MacArthur or Lawton, we'll still have to use Cameron Stadium, because these stadiums are designed to hold 1,000 students plus some overflow. So 1,500 would be a large crowd at them. But there's 3,000-4,000 people come when Ike and Lawton High are playing. So we're excited about that moving forward, that those are done. You should also see some parking lot repairs here at the LRC. They're repairing those. We're looking at some others with the help of the county, the West Side County Commission. We're working on the road, that road that you go up to the central cafeteria area, but it also circles around, like if you're picking your student up at Eisenhower Elementary, where you turn in on the west side of Eisenhower Middle School, and it kind of circles around behind between the softball field and the baseball field. That road should see some improvements. And so there's some other things like that going on.
Well, and that's a lot of activity, but you definitely want to go and take a look and see what's happening at our campuses. Before we go, though, there's one big announcement that we want to share with our staff, because it's never happened before, and this will be the first summer that we get to do it with our LPS staff. Back to, what is it? Family Fun Night.
Yes, Family Fun Night. We're so excited about that.
Yes.
Yes, and that is August the 6th.
Tuesday.
It'll be at Elmore Thomas Park. We'll try to have some door prizes and things like that. We're going to have hot dogs and hamburgers.
Brisket.
That's right. They're going to do brisket instead of hamburgers.
That's it.
For our families to come eat. We're going to do bouncy houses,
snow cones,
music and different things, just for all of our staff. That's all staff, not
and
just
their
teachers.
Families, yes.
And their families, just to come celebrate and have just a family fun time,
yes,
to try to kick off the new year, because that's the thing we want. We want our teachers to get to collaborate with each other. Sometimes the teachers at Whittier don't get to collaborate with the teachers at Ridgecrest, or the teachers at Eisenhower High School don't ever get to talk to the teachers at Lawton High School. So this is a family fun night for all of our staff, and we're really excited about it.
Yes, and so we'll have canopies and tents. You can bring your lawn chairs out. More information will come out. We'll send out a flyer. We're excited about our community partners, but just to mark your calendar, August 6th, Tuesday night, and then it's from 6 to 8 p.m.
And I can tell you it's going to be 80 degrees and clear.
We hope, because it is a hot week this week. Mr. Hime, if they have any questions, want to look at any information? It's summer, you guys.
Yeah,
Yay.
It's summer, yes. Info at lawtonps.org, info@lawtonps.org. You can email it anytime, and you can get on our website, lawtonps.org, and get information. We look for questions, and obviously as things go on, I'm sure we'll have another podcast
as it gets closer, yes.
After in a couple weeks, just to bring you up to date more on some of these things. But again, send questions. If you have any questions for the summer we want to ask, but enjoy your summer. And enjoy our reboot, especially to our staff.
Drink lots of water. Stay hydrated, you guys. And follow our social media and YouTube pages. But until we see you again, be well, stay safe, make positive impacts, and have a great summer.